Good morning, everyone. It's John Lee here. Here for a very exciting event. This is the main event of the chess.com inaugural Crazyhouse Championship. We're about 5 minutes away from starting. I'm just observing a game. Looks like a couple of players are having a warm-up game. We've got GM Dretch. We've got NM J Kid Jr. 22. I believe J Kid Jr. 22 is a strong Crazyhouse player from other websites. Uh, we've got GM Dretch, who I'm not sure if he's new to the game, if he's played it much, but they're just having a go. So yeah, while we wait for the first 5 minutes of this video for the games to begin, I'll say a few opening words and we can watch one of the games and I can comment a little. So yeah, there's a $2,000 prize pool for this event. I believe it's the top 10 positions that will pay. We've got first place is 500 US dollars. Then you've got second for 400. Third place gets 300. Second gets 200. Sorry, let me start again. first 500. Second 400. Third 300. Fourth 200. Fifth 150. I believe places 6 to 9 get 100, and 10th place gets 50. We should have about 100 starters, so this field has been built up by 20 qualifiers during the last week and a half. There's a very strong field coming today. We've got some GMs in the mix. We've got some well-known players from the Crazyhouse scene as well. So I might go through some of them. We've got the GMs. You can see there's GM Fandarine. We've got GM Dretch, who's just practicing here. GM Genghis K. GM Georg Meyer. Yeah, in fact, I think GM Dretch had better sign up before the tournament begins. And then you've got, well, there's a top-rated player here, J Kid Jr. 22. Some players I know, 12-teen. He's 12-teen on lead chess. ECAF, known as ECAF on lead chess and Fix as well. Very strong Bughouse, Crazyhouse players. Zwanit Crazyhouse, that's Zwanit, I should pronounce it Zwanit, on lead chess. I am Penguin GM, better known as Andrew Tang. He's a very strong player in just about everything he touches. Saucy, FM Chicken Crossroad, Gulamali Rises, it's the VA Boris or Ganesia's on Leechess, Boris on Fix, Atrophied, my fellow streamer here. Math Ace, another good player. It's really come up the ranks this year. You've got Master Tan, very well known. Mugwort, my mate Neil Wright from Sydney. Barry Boswick, Chuck Lamange, Pure Essence. The list goes on. Mississippi player. One thing I'll say is you can ignore the ratings on here. There are some very strong players that are lower rated. There's going to be some unknown players here that are very high rated. But yeah, it should be a fantastic event. A little bit about how I'm approaching it. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. I mean, I think a lot of people will be considering me one of the favourites with the talent in the room today. It's 3-minute matches. There's 15 of them. It's going to be very competitive because there's a big prize pool on the line. It should be fast and furious. Anything can happen. I'm just here to have fun. I think it's fantastic of chess.com to arrange this event to raise the prize pool for it. I really need to thank chess.com for this. It's fantastic for the Crazyhouse game. Yeah, so I'm just going to take it as it comes. Try to stay practical. For the fans, I'll be trying to win, but it's going to sound really cliche. At the end of this, Crazyhouse is the winner. Even if I don't get a place in the top 10, I'm gonna be happy at the end of this. So, Yeah, we're now 1 minute away. I'm probably going to be focusing on the game quite strongly during the matches. I may flick to some observation of other players during any breaks that I may be lucky enough to have. So if I don't get to your comment, I apologise for that, but I will try to have a look at comments during the breaks between matches. So I can see about 32 viewers have come in the first 5 minutes. That's quite quick. So a lot of good luck wishes. Um, Hello to everyone. So I'm just going to say out your names. So Matt Wu, Adams, Saleh, Tony H, Suwanet, Joe, IRN, Juggle 28, Mark Service, Logically Compromised, um, E-Dog Bomb. He's playing the event as well. He just can't wait to play you. Daniel FHD. Yeah, look forward to seeing all of you on the board. So look, I've got Drunken Mushy here. So yeah, let's get going. E4, E5. So I'm not familiar with this player. Okay, Knight D5 played. Alright, I'm going to get Knight G4 in early. Okay, a few options here. Could play an early sack. Yeah, let's go for an early sack. He's playing relatively quickly. Yeah, this isn't ideal. I'm gonna have to sack my queen because I didn't like if I play queen e8 or queen d7, then knight at f6 is going to give me troubles. So look, I'm just going to stay practical here. These aren't necessarily best moves. I've got to try to make use of the clock as well as the board. I'm just going to try to defend at the moment. Okay. So yeah, I like the way my opponent's played so far. He's played a solid game. Okay, how to proceed from here? Alright, I'm going to play a knight at f4. I need to do something to remove pressure here. Yeah, my opponent's playing well. He's not going to make it easy for me. Let's see, should I play rook h6 perhaps? Yeah, I'll play rook h6. I've got bishop at h4 if he grabs the bishop. And I'm backing myself to have just enough safety back at home to cover. So I might see a few nasty checks here. Got a queen in hand, maybe a little bit of attack potential. But yeah, I think objectively white's a bit better here. Okay, queen at f3. I'm going to have to try to get active. I need to get some pieces in hand. So I can play knight e5 maybe. I think simpler is just to go for pawn e3, queen f2. Okay, I'm wary we've both got a bit more than a minute on the clock. Okay. I just have to go and try to attack best I can. Okay, interesting. Knight at g5. He's looking to make mate threats, I think. So knight f6. I don't see where the mate threats are coming from though. Yeah, I'm gonna check him on the back. Let's just be careful here. Knight e7 takes. Knight at g6. No, I've got f7 covered. Knight at h6 takes. Knight at f6. No, I'm gonna grab the rook. I think I'm safe here. So importantly, I've got a rook defending h7 and h6. I've got a knight covering f7. So king h7 generally seems to be safe against most mating attacks. Okay, he's got 20 seconds left. Alright, this should be curtains. Let's try to wrap this up cleanly. Yeah, bishop at f2, king g2, rook at g1. Alright, happy to take the first match down. Yeah, not the start I was looking for. I mean, I think my opponent was in a stronger position there for a while, so I've had to pull out some aggressive moves. Okay. I'm just going to take a breather because the next round's going to start shortly. So it looks like a number of the favourites have got through their first round all right. I actually think it's 15 rounds, but it's 15 rounds of Swiss. It's going to be really unforgiving. Even losing one or two matches. All right. Who have we got next? GM Gagmire. Okay, I've not played this GM before, so this should be interesting. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, e4, e5. Early bishop g4. Okay. So against an unknown player, I want to be putting a little bit of pressure on the clock here. Yeah, I'll bring the bishop out. Alright, if something like bishop at h5, I've got to make a decision if bishop takes f6 is worthwhile. He could take, knight f3 takes. Then I'd have two knights in hand, so I'd probably have mate with knight at h6. Okay, so c6 played. So d5's coming in. I want to get rid of this knight here. Alright, well, we'll proceed with knight at f5. Okay, he's not trading off. I'm looking for something decisive here. Not finding it just yet. Okay, let's try to generate an attack. I'm expecting Queen G5. I'm gonna grab this one. A knight at F3. So it's all pretty sensible play here. Still a balanced position. We've both got a minute left. You know, if this is new to the GM, I think he's playing well. So I'm looking at hitting bishop at h4 to put more pressure on the d4 pawn. Just going to try to grind away at him, pick up a pawn, go bit by bit. Alright, I'll grab this. I'm going to hit with knight at f3 first and secure the king side. Okay, so up a pawn, we've both got 50 seconds left. Alright, that queen looks trapped to my eyes. Let's pick it up. Okay, he's holding on to his material. Alright, how do we get in from here? Alright, that's the clock I've got to look out for now. Let's motor. Let's go, let's go. 29 seconds. Just going to keep chiseling. Okay. Gradually making progress. Alright, happy to take that one down. He put me through my steps at the end there. Tried to challenge me on time, so happy to take that down in the last 10 seconds. Okay, NM Happy Toad. Okay. I don't know who Happy Toad is, but okay, this is interesting. The E takes, so now I need to be careful I don't give away too much initiative here. Okay, so he's choosing to make some progress this way. I'm going to capture this and play knight at g5. Get more pieces around my king side. This is a new position to me, so I figure it's probably a new position for my opponent as well, so it's good. We just got to play Crazyhouse from here. I've sacrificed a queen for a piece, but I've got decent position of my minor pieces, so I need them to coordinate well in order to regain some compensation. So at this stage, I'm just going to try to pile as many pieces on the king side as I can with tempo. Okay, bishop at f5 played. Okay, he's playing safe. With no mate threats on, I'm going to go straight for the king. I've got the queen in hand. If knight at f6, I can always capture. I use the pin. I feel like black has a slight edge here. There's more weakness in white's king side. Just need to try to convert this advantage. So I'm expecting no easy games today. It's all going to be very tough. Someone's saying he thought I hung mate in 1 in the corner. No, knight takes f3 was check. That's why. Queen at h7 wasn't mate. Okay, he's decided pawn at f6. Well, I'm going to capture this knight. Get into it. I'm just going to play safe practically here and capture this pawn on f6. And yeah, queen g6 looks fine. With bishop at h5, that's okay. We'll allow that. So yeah, let's grab a diag. That's a good defender on the king. Check from distance and harass. So there's no mate on my king. I'm gonna grab the rook. Actually, maybe I'll play another move first. I've got mate here. Knight d5 takes pawn at b4. King b3, knight here. Check. I don't think I need to think about it too much. I'll just grab the rook. That'll make things easy. Alright. 3 out of 3. Okay. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to read the chat, guys, but I saw a lot of chat about the game. So someone was saying I thought he hung mate. I was just clarifying why it's not hanging mate. Okay. Well, it's 30 seconds. Let's see who's on the leaderboard. I mean, we've got a lot of the favourites are winning their matches. Zixon, I'm not sure who that is. Suwana, the Pure Essence Mississippi player. Veni. So, yeah, we'll have a tough match next game. 12 rounds to go. It's great for the game, this is. Just got to give chess.com another plug. Another huge thank you for arranging this. It's fantastic for the game. Matt Wu says no Red Bull today, John. No Red Bull. All right, Gulamali rises. This is V.A. Boris. Okay, this is an early tough match. Let's go. Okay, we both should be in an unfamiliar position already. So let's play. This is what it's all about. Yeah, I was expecting a move like this. He's going to allow me to capture the knight, and then I think he was planning on pinning this, but I don't think the tactics work out for him. If I can pick up a piece for a pawn, that'll be good. I think bishop at g4 may have been more accurate than pawn at e4 was actually a move to follow with. Okay, so I'm just going to develop naturally. So I've got two knights and a pawn in hand, and I've got a space advantage, so I'm fairly happy here. So next thing to do is make sure the clock is in my favour. So with him castled, I'm just going to go straight in. I've got to be absolutely ruthless this game. So f6 has a lot of pressure on it now. It's not easy for him to counterattack. If takes, the knights are covering d4 and f4. I think black's in some trouble here. Okay. But there'll be no giving up from black, don't you worry about that. So here I've got to work out if the trade-off is sensible, or if it's just allowing him to defend. I could just let him stew for longer. We'll cash in. So it's always good to get this knight out of the way. In fact, I'll do it this way. I'll just grab more material. Now queen at g8 is a mate threat, pawn at g7, knight at f5 is a mate threat. The only thing I could do badly now is just think too long about things. So I think it's too difficult to stop both queen at g8 and pawn at g7. So I'm very happy with how I played here through an unfamiliar opening. Alright, well, that's mate in 2. Alright, 4 out of 4. So that's a really big scalp to take down. Gulamali rises. Yeah, I think he got himself into an opening where he just wasn't very flexible, and I just had all the space, all the pieces. So that was probably one of my more convincing games. So that's encouraging. There was a comment on having no Red Bull before, but I do have some mango juice. So I'm going to take a sip of that. Mango juice. No brand on the can, just mango juice in the glass. Just a bit of simple sugar to get the brain going. Because I'm waking up at 5 a.m. here. So, and Michael says the secret weapon, mango juice. Smash says mango juice, the Aussie Red Bull. All right, I'm gonna have a look at the comments, just chill with the viewers for a little bit. Yeah, a few players like that last game. I was happy with that game, guys. So yeah, let's just get settled in, just relax a little bit. It's still early days. I mean, it's 15 rounds, so we've got to play. So look, 12 teams dropped a match, 3 out of 4. Penguins dropped a match, 3 out of 4. So possibly got a few upsets. Chicken Crossroad, 3 out of 4. So yeah, there's only 5 of us on a full score now. Juan, it's still there. Mississippi player. Okay, I get Zixon from Sweden. I don't know who this player is. Okay, we're heading into E4, E5. Okay, I'm going to allow this pawn on E4 to go because Queen G7 is too strong. So let's see how he responds. Rook G8. Okay. Alright, let's make a practical decision. I'm not going to think too long about this. I'm just going to go for it. So I've got the knight hitting H7. I've got the pawn hitting F6. I'm just going to try to put some time pressure on my opponent as well. If I don't know my opponent or don't really have a good gauge on how they play, I think it's good to be practical and conserve some time so you can approach an unknown situation better. So I'm figuring both of us haven't seen this position before. It's covering H7 here, so I can recover this. I'm gonna get this pawn in here because that will limit black's development without d6 or d5 coming in. If he decides he wants to sack the bishop, there'll be a knight hanging on c5 as well. So I don't know if all of this is best, but there's a lot for black to figure out here. Let's keep things practical, eh? Alright, pawn at d4. I'm tempted to leave that pawn there actually. Maybe just knight e2. If knight e4 takes, queen f4. A castle, I'm going to drop my queen. I think that's a good move, pawn at d4. I've got to find a good move here. Alright. We'll stay practical. Pawn at e5. I'm just going to prevent knight e4 from coming in. I'm going to try to keep this positional advantage here. Bishop at d6 is a threat. But pawn at d2 takes. No, I think I'll just recapture here. No, bishop at d6 is right. I need to be careful. Hang on. Let's figure this out. Takes. King f1. Has he got enough pawns? Knight at d4 takes. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. I'm running too low on time. I'll give myself 30 seconds. I'm expecting a series of checks here. I don't think that was the right way. I think he had to follow with pawn at e2 because now I have the chance to play king g1. There's no e1 queen threat. So now this pin becomes very deadly. So now it's just about the clock again. So I'm just threatening to take pieces. Alright. Come down to the wire on the clock here, guys. Alright, let's wrap this up cleanly, eh? Knight at g5 and queen d6. Alright, 5 out of 5. That's how it's done. Let's have a drink of mango juice to that. So I thought instead of bishop at b5, black had to play pawn at e2, and then there was a barrage of checks where it was a bit unclear if white or black was better. But yeah, practical play paid off for me in the end. Okay, you won it. Alright, he wishes me good luck. Alright, I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to play e6. I think Joannette's expecting me to play e5. So let's do something a little bit different here. So I've got a bit of pressure on d4. Okay, I don't feel like castling into the storm. I'm going to leave my king in the center here. It's probably safer there. Alright, I'm looking at g2 now. To a5 maybe, yeah. Alright. Juanet's playing reasonably fast, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on the clock. Okay, I think he's left this hanging. I shall capture it. Alright, he's playing very quickly. He's just assessing. He's got to hit that queen. I'm happy to pick up a free rook. So I'm still relatively safe at home. I've got material advantage. Knight f3 is a threat now because the back rank's not covered. So do I have mate here? Yeah, rook at d1 or queen at d1. We'll use the rook. He's telling me terrible game. I think he knows he's in some trouble here. Okay. Alright, I'd mate n1, king b1, knight d2. So I moved to be the only player on 6 out of 6. So good start. It's unusual for me. Normally in tournaments I'm a slow starter. Good game, Juanet. It's a bit unfortunate. It was fine up to queen a5. I think he should just play bishop d2, but he missed knight takes d4 and placed his queen in a place where it was getting attacked. So it's just one small slip like that. Alright, I'm promising myself I'm going to finish this mango juice before the end of the event. Hercules, he says, no coconut water fads for Jan. Well, hopefully mango sales go up after this event, or mango juice sales at least. So yeah, I've got a couple of minutes. Let's go back to channel. So I'm saying Atro's got 4 out of 6. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be hard to avoid a loss in 15 rounds of 3 minutes. So if you can just delay them as long as you can, then that's a good thing. Smash says, I just ordered a crate of mango juice. It was actually only what do you call, an impulse decision at the supermarket yesterday. We saw it was on special. You can get 2 big bottles of juice for $5. We got one apple and blackcurrant and one mango. I thought, well, what's in the fridge that has sugar in it? Mango juice. Oh. Hercules says, I never realised 12-teen was Canadian. Yeah, actually, I only found that out recently as well. I thought he might have been American, but he is Canadian, apparently. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have brought up this topic on mango juice. Now the chat's just been hijacked by mango juice topic, but it's all good for a bit of humour this morning. Bruce Javier Surf, he says, John, are you a Coles or Woolies man? I'm both. I'm Coles and Woolies. In fact, the company I work for actually does some data for Coles and Woolworths, and I can tell you something like 90% of shoppers shop in both Woolworths and Coles. That's a fact for the Australians out there. For those who aren't in Australia, Woolworths and Coles are 2 of our biggest supermarkets, and they're both competing very heavily at the moment. A lot of discounting, trying to get shoppers into their stores, but yeah, wherever you find a Coles, you find a Woolies. So. Okay, what's going on? So Chicken Crossroad, 12-10, they're both a 5 out of 6. Penguin GM, yeah, I mean, where's Kazim gone? I mean, Kazim's another guy to look out for. He's now on 3 out of 5. I mean, he's not firing as well today. But 12-10, Chicken, Penguin, these guys, look out for them. So when I come up against one of them, you'll see me go silent, and my eyes will go on the board. They're the critical matches. Well, it's not for every match is critical, but it's a porter. Hercules says, nah, more like Tesco and Sainsbury's. So that's someone from the UK. Tesco and Sainsbury's. Interestingly enough, the talent from UK comes over to Australia with regards to all the supermarket data. Okay, 12-10. Here we go. Alright, so I'm expecting this to be one of the toughest matches of the morning. Let's go. Let's see what he opens with. Alright, he's going with A6. Alright, this is going to be tough on the board, tough on the clock. Let's go. Nice move. Alright, he's stolen a little bit of material off me. Okay, I'm going to block off this diagonal. Alright, let's keep it practical again. Going for some weaknesses. I just want to put him on the defensive and make it so hard for him to penetrate the king. Yeah, he's got to play pawn at e6 here, surely. Alright, I need to make my attack come swiftly. Okay, h5 could be quite a good move. Let's see. We'll get this in. Knight at c7 is going to allow a bit of flexibility. Let's just check him here. Need to leave myself enough time on the clock, but I've got a pretty big attack here. Knight at c5 is going to hurt. If knight e2, king h1, knight at g3 takes, king h2. King h2 takes. I'll need to assess if this is dangerous. Knight c5 takes. Okay. Maybe king f2 is better. King h1 takes, f2. He's created enough for me to be concerned about playing knight. But after knight at e2, surely king f2 is strong. Yeah, alright, let's just go for it. Not leave the clock too low. I'm expecting takes, knight at e2, king f2, knight at g4, king e1. Bishop at d2 takes queen at e3 back. Because the queen at c7 threat just becomes huge. If here takes, up, takes. Pawn, bishop, rook in hand, pawn takes. That looks too dangerous. He's burning a lot of the clock here. He better decide quickly. But even if knight g4 takes, queen at e3, king d1, bishop at e2. This bishop is a nice defender on this diagonal. It's actually worthwhile having my king run out. Oh no, it says he disconnected. Oh, that's terrible. Sorry, I thought he was thinking, but in fact he disconnected. Yeah, he doesn't have enough to mate me. So this bishop covers the only entry point in. He's still dangerous here. Have I fallen into mate somehow? This is not how I wanted it to go. Oh, good move, good move. Oh. No, that wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. He actually really outplayed me well there. I think I underestimated queen at e2. I feel really dirty about that because that's terrible. He actually disconnected for a large section of that game, and he had me on the ropes. I think I should have been more sensible with the play though after my king got out. All right, I mean that's a real downer. Yeah, okay, it's not how I wanted to win that game. Okay, Penguin GM. Let's focus on the next one. I think I was better at some stage, and then I'd let him creep in with the queen. Okay. Okay, Penguin's going to be fast at the finish. I can't spend too much time in the opening. How do I unlock myself here? He's got a lot of space. Okay, let's opt for a bit of safety. I'm just covering both squares that are penetration points to hit my queen after the knight covers. And if he takes the bishop, I get an open file. So I'm just playing something a little bit unusual to make him think. Knight f4 played. Okay. Interesting game. Okay, I've got near a minute left. I need to focus here. That's not a good move for me. Don't like that move. I'm in trouble on material here. So I had to cover d8. Just trying to keep every piece active because I'm down material. I have to. So a bit more safety around the king and threatening discovery here. So while I'm down material, or at least all my pieces and pawns are on the board in decent positions. Okay, what's going on here? D8, can I capture that? Or should I leave it? No, I should capture that. I'm getting broken into here. I'm trying to get a knight in hand so I can make an attack guy later. Alright. Let's try to get in. It's all on the clock now. Oh no. Time. You got me on time. It was too quick. Ah, bugger. That's disappointing. Alright, a loss had to come sooner or later. I mean, I think I was worse in the opening, but I really came back in the middle game. Okay, chicken crossroad. On to the next one. Not getting much of a break between the matches. Yeah, this is something a little bit different. Very sharp. Something's going to come along on F3 here. I'm just trying to hold on to as much material as I can here. I've got a couple extra pawns. My king's in a bit of a dicey position, but I've got a bit of pressure on F7. Just got to try to make it work in my favour. Okay, he's got under a minute here. He's burning a lot of time. I'll take that one. Yeah, surely there's mate down this path. Looks dicey, so let's have a look. Queen takes. Takes. Queen at G8 takes. Knight, no, rook here. Alright, let's just go for it. I'm not going to think about it all the way. Now, critical move here might be knight at e6, bishop e6, rook at g8 takes, rook at g8 here. And then he's still escaping at e5. If I blown this. Thought mate would be simpler. Pawn here. No, he's getting away. Alright. Now, knight check. How do I get the net set up? He's got to run up. If king d6, knight f7 is the right play. Oh, wow. He's got enough cover on his king. This is a problem for me. I might have been a bit too optimistic with this attack. Let's see how it goes. I'm getting somewhere now. Every pawn counts, but now this bishop's cut off. Alright, he's got less than 10 seconds here. It's going to be tough to hold. Alright, I've got plenty of pieces now. I should be able to wrap this up. Okay, I can breathe for 30 seconds now. Let's finish off the last juice. Yeah. Bit unhappy I got flagged by Penguin. I think I missed a mate. There was a... I think there was a mate I missed where I played knight takes f1 and I just had knight at h3 check, which might have been a really simple mate. I'm not sure if anything was covering g2, but no, I should have won the game against Penguin. So I've now he's on 7 out of 8. I've allowed him to catch up a bit. So 9 rounds down, 6 to go. You just got to look forward in these things. You can analyse the games later, but yeah, that was a golden opportunity missed, I think. So I think yeah, the guys saying Arman and Danny was showing a mating line. Yeah, I had quite a little time by then, but I think it was knight at h3 check, king h1, queen at g1, rook takes g1, knight takes f2. My mind was thinking too closely on knight at e2, and that's a threat that he covered in the end. Okay, MJB223, this player I don't know. So, let's see. Alright, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. Thin shadow. So it's got some pressure on d4. Let's play sensibly. Bishop covers f5 nicely. Alright, here we go. Position's going to open up. So let's be accurate here. I'm trying to work my way into f3 as quick as I can. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it should be captured. Oh. This looks like a little bit of trouble. Queen or bishop? I'll take with the queen. This isn't great for me. Okay, I've got a lot of hard work ahead of me now. This move I wasn't as concerned about though. Oh, he's trying to get some security back at home. I think I'll just keep this pawn alive, so I've got attacking chances. I now have a bit of a fortress here that's harder to crack into. Yeah, stay aggressive. So I'm not recapturing this immediately, because if he wants to play pawn at e7, I can capture with this rook. What I'm trying to do is make some holes in the light squares first. What I need to be careful of is a rook at h7 check and then knight at g5 where the queen comes in afterwards. That's pretty much his only way in. So if I can avoid that, I should be on top. Okay, that's a good move. I'm going to try to remove this knight because that's a thorn in my side. If I can remove that knight, I'll be safe for the game. Just got to remember to keep practical here. In fact, I expect him to take it. No, he hasn't. I'll capture that. Alright. It's my turn to try to get in here. So I did that little exchange here, so I have the queen in hand and he has the rook. Okay, now I can start hitting on the back again. I think queen at f1 is appropriate. And so now my king is just far safer than his. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable here. But I think he had some stronger chances earlier. So now it's too hard to defend g1. There's no pieces hanging around. I'm just gonna pile on more pressure. He doesn't have a knight or a bishop or a queen that can defend g1. So that's it. Alright. Just got to stay on top of it. So, whoa, what happened here? Penguin GM, he lost his next few matches. He's only on 7 out of 10. Master Tan's coming up next, so that's no easy one. So I'm happy. I've already played most of the top players here. I've been able to survive with just one loss. Okay, sorry I've not been on the chat. I've had to focus on the matches. So yeah, I think there's too many comments there. I'm out of mango juice. I wonder if I should get a refill. No, I've got too little time. The next round's going to start soon. So Master Tan is going to be a tough match. He's in good form at the moment. Yeah, this is going to be a critical one. Alright, Master Tan, what are we going to do? Yeah, I'm gonna play something that's not e4. Just try to get him off balance. So I've not played this position before, and I don't think he has either. So all I'm trying to do is get us both out of the book ASAP, and we'll just have to play a game from there. Okay, no, that's not a bad idea. Okay, let's be sensible about this. I'm going to play h3 so that queen h4 doesn't hurt later on. Bishop takes or knight takes. He's going to play knight f2, I think. Take with the bishop. Okay, he's planning pawn h2, but after king h1, knight g3 takes. He doesn't really have a good discovery. Could take with the king. I'll take with the rook. So I'm under early attack here. That pawn at h2 is coming. I need to block off this, or otherwise. Yeah, okay. Let's think about this here. Play an ugly looking move. I don't want to put my rook on e2 or f1 because then this pawn h2, king h1, knight at g3 takes. It has a discovery with a rook capture. So instead I'm deliberately leaving the rook where the knight can't capture it from g3. And it also gives e1 a bit more cover. So at a later point in time I might have a discovery on the queen. But he's got me tied down here. This isn't comfortable. He's proceeding with pawn at h2. So if queen f2 takes is also good because I have a bishop covering g3 and g1. Yeah, I like bishop at e1, even though it's an ugly looking move. Now I've got to just try to defend for the rest of the game. Alright, he's gone for it. I'm going to defend the rook. Okay, if he backs the queen off, then I'm going to be safe for the game. If he takes here, I don't think he's got enough to mate. So the thing is, he's got a pawn on d4 to capture. So if a king comes here, I've got to wrestle with pawn h2, king h1, takes. Should I run the king out? That's the question. This knight takes d4 business looks dangerous. Or is king f1 the solution to all the problems? Yeah, I think the king goes to f1. What if king e2 take? I'm taking to. Oh, I'm going to play king f1. It's just to avoid the king being on a dark square. Okay. Oh, I'll defend with the knight. Okay, he's going to hit me here. So let's get a check in. Alright, he's going to push me on the clock now. It's not the situation I was looking for. Knight at g3, king here. Okay, I've got to try to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. Good move, good move. Too low on time, too low on time. Oh dear. It's too strong. Ah, another loss on time. No, I was happy with how I played the opening there, and I just spent too much time on a critical position. So there's a few of us on 9 out of 11 now. Okay, GM Genghis K. I'm not familiar with who this is. So. Try not to lose any more on time. Okay, so we played a dissimilar opening earlier today, except White played he takes d5. So I'll be trying to keep my king safe and then try to make an attack on the light squares. Queen d2. Okay. I need to take this one and play pawn at g7. Block it off with bishop at f4. I think I shall do that. Or knight at f4. I'll use the bishop. Wow, he's taken it. I'm going to use this check. I prefer having the knight here than the pawn. Knight gives some more coverage on the back, but also attacks g2. It's such a useful square, I'm going to take the liberty of using that fork. And now material's balanced, but I've got more pieces on the king side, so I feel like black should have some advantage here. So just make sure I'm not getting mated by anything. Takes, check, knight f5. Let's be careful about this. Knight f5, king h7, knight f6, king g6. No, it looks safe. Okay. Alright, let's just be practical. Let's keep hitting. Oh, I've got to look out for things on g6. No, things on g6 are okay. I can just catch it. Let's harass the queen. He's holding on here. I'm not thrilled with the way I've played this. I think I had better. Yeah, don't like this at all. I've let this slip. I must have had something better than this. Alright, let's try not to lose another one on time now. I'm going too slow. Need to lift the pace. Alright, got him. Alright, just gotta not lose on time. That's a trick. Okay, chicken's also on 10. We got 3 rounds to go. Alright, saucy. Saucy. All tough games today. All tough games. No castle, that's okay. I'm taking d6 just to create some asymmetry. I figure I can capture the bishop on c8, so there's not going to be an entry path onto h3 that's simple. And I've got a piece and a pawn for the queen. So this is a bit of positional crazy house that's just practical. I'm just trying to make my king look safer than his. And create a position that's unfamiliar. Saucy's offered a draw. I'm going to decline it. We'll see if I regret that later. Okay. I think you've got to play for the win. This is not a game made for draws. Okay. So I don't mind him expanding the pawn. What I want to do is just give some balance and make the dark square stronger here before I start trying to chip into his light squares. So he might play f5. No, he hasn't. Pawn at f5. If he takes d4, there'll be a discovery which wins the queen. Alright, I'm going to try to trap his queen. So queen e7, pawn at d6, queen d8, knight takes b7. He's made a decision, he's not going to allow that. Fair enough. Okay. Would be a good call, that one. Let's defend the bishop. So he's looking for some initiative himself now. He's put some pieces around his own king. I do want a couple pawns. I'm just working out. Yeah, I'm going to need the rook to defend. Okay, what do I have here? I need a knight. Pawn g6 takes. He's going to threaten me. I better play practically. Just watch the clock rather than try to attack. Ah, blundered the queen. Not good. Alright, he's playing safe again. Alright, I've got a safe king now. I'm going to try to hit him on this side. I want to undermine f8 to get in on g6. Got to be resourceful here. But okay, I like my position. I'm down on material a long way, but I have all the initiative in this game. Rook at g8 is a very strong mate threat. Excuse me. Okay, rook h7, rook f8, both threatened. There's nothing happening on here. Let's just double check that. Bishop at g7 I like. Okay, that's it. Alright, running to a close. It's 2 of us and 11 out of 13. Apologies for the coughs, I hate it. But I actually just started coming down with something yesterday. So I woke up this morning, it was a bit raspy. Mark Cerberus says RIP headphones users. Okay. 2 rounds to go. He says the cough is often a sign that Jan is hitting his stride and playing well. Okay, Chris WSH, we've got 2 rounds to go. I'm going to try to make a strong finish here. Okay, e4, e. Got an exchange French. Yeah, I'll put the pawn on. So bishop at h4 just gives f2 some coverage. Okay, bishop f3 is coming. I might leave my king hanging in the center. I'm going to allow this and knight d2, and then I'm going to try to put some pressure on here on f6. So my king is in the center. It looks a bit dicey, but let's play. So yeah, okay, he's got knight at c4. Should just take it all. Yeah, king e2 looks sensible. I'm just going to go with the flow on all the trades here, but with this kind of position with my king in the open, what's most important is the clock. So I need to keep an eye on that quite closely. Just got to keep moving. Okay, there's no knight at c3, no knight at f4. And now I'm kind of trying to make my own threats. Okay, let's see if there's anything decisive here. Pawn at f7. No, we'll just capture. Oh. No, it is worthwhile getting pawn at f7 first. Bishop at e6, no, bishop at d8. Oh, that's not great. Yeah, I've missed this move. It kind of nullifies my grand plan. I'll be bold and capture with the queen. So I've got all the dark squares covered for the entry points for a knight. So I figure I can trade queens and I'll be better off this side. So we've both got about a minute 20 left. Okay, he's decided to allow me to take the queen. Alright, that brings knight d4 into play. So let's get the check in. I'm just going to be practical and take this knight, because that's the only threat to my king. And then it removes a good defender. See, knight d4 was his way in, because then I have to take with either pawn and either knight at f4 or knight at c3 becomes available. So I know I can't blow him up just yet, so I'm just removing this threat. If he takes the queen, he still can't get in with the knights. And now time's in my favor as well, so let's apply some time pressure. Alright. Pawn at f7's made in one. Okay. 12 out of 14. Well, I have 40 seconds. I'm going to get a glass of water just for the last round. Okay. Want to go. Okay, what this means is since he master tans on 10 out of 14, there's just two of us. So Chicken and I have one of the top two places. That's a pretty good outcome. So we've got one round to go. I lost a couple matches on time today. If I just won one of those, it would have made my situation a bit easier here. But can't win them all. Pretty happy to be on 12 out of 14 with a 2-point gap to third place. So we get first or second. Okay. Last match. I get a GM Dretch. Okay. Let's stay practical here. Let's stay practical. So I'm getting this opening again. I've had a 2 from 2 today. King H1. That's an interesting move. Right, I'm going to put the knight on F4. That's natural. So my path of progress here is probably making use of this knight. I'd like to reroute it here and potentially sack this knight on G2. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to keep any white pieces out of this quadrant to keep the king safe. So he's taken that. Now I've got a bishop I can make use of. So knight at H4 is played. Bishop at E2 looks sensible. The check is on. We'll just come to H8. Because I've got enough coverage on G6 at the moment. Just picked up the pawn. Get in. Okay, I've got an advantage on the clock. We're wanting to apply some time pressure as well here. Okay, so he's going for that. We'll have a mate here. Now I'm going to allow this rook to be captured. I'm going to play queen at H3. So this is threatening knight at G3 mate. It's not the easiest of threats to stop. It's also threatening bishop G2, knight G2, queen G2, king takes, knight at F4, and a mate there. I'm really trying to crank up the screws here. I want to finish strong. Less than a minute on GM Dretch's clock. Okay. But the rook's not going to play. My king's too safe. There's these three pieces in his half are very hard to fight against. Knight at G3 is so strong if bishop takes G2. I'm happy with queen at H3. That's a good find. Alright. That's curtains. Okay, that's the end of the event. 13 out of 15. So let's go watch Chicken Crossroad. He's got his last match. He's up against Ekaf. Unless that match just finished. No, he won. And he's won the tiebreak by half a point. Well, at the moment. We need to wait for a few matches to finish. So we've got two of us finishing on 13. I mean, Chicken Crossroad is definitely one of the key competitors. Yes, thanks to everyone for joining the stream. I mean, there's a lot of comments here. It's not all over just yet. Let's have a look. There's still a few matches to go, so I assume that the tie breaks only wrap up when that's done. But look, first or second, I'll be happy with that. Um, let's check out some of the last games that are going. We've got Master Tan here against Genghis. What I'm going to do, I'm going to minimize the board a little bit just so hopefully we can see that clearly. Let me just shift the screens a little because I'm done playing, so I can start watching now. Just flick between the games a bit. Yep, okay. So we've got Master Tan. There's only 15 seconds left on Genghis's clock. I think Master Tan's got this in the bag. Queen at e7 wins. So who else is going? We've got the Grandmaster. We've got Chris Wish against Saucy. Wow, this is an interesting game. So this is all up in the open. My face is still blocking some of this. Let's try to get that right. Saucy 1. Yeah, or maybe that's it. Maybe the tie breaks are settled there and then. I'm not sure how the tie break system works, if it's dependent on points or if it's done by rating. But we'll wait to see the conclusion of this. We've got a couple matches still going. Georg Meyer. I think it's great that a few GMs have joined in on this. It's fantastic to see the game growing, and wow, 25 seconds versus 1. It's all over. Oh, he's still half a point ahead. So yeah, I think maybe I play second. So look, well done to Chicken Crossroad. I mean, it's as close as you can get to a first and a second being equal. No, great event. I mean, a little bit disappointed I lost a couple on time, but overall, happy with my performance. Look, thanks so much to chess.com for arranging this event. It's been a great success. I mean, you pulled out the vast number of the strongest Crazyhouse players the world's seen in the last 10 years, in my opinion. There's, the likes of what you're seeing here. You know, I mean, some would say they're equivalent of the grandmasters of the Crazyhouse game. So, great event. I'm happy with my performance. If I make a place, that's good. So to lose on tie break by half a point, that's fine. Okay, well, with that said, I'm going to close off the stream. Thanks to all of you for joining. It's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be posting this up shortly as soon as the video is processed. So, yeah, enjoy your weekends. Keep playing Crazyhouse. You'll certainly be seeing more content from me in the near future. All right, take care.